to my channel, K-pop tarot vibes. Um, yeah, this is gonna be a long reading. It's gonna be a very, very long reading. So everybody, get your snacks. Get your snacks, everyone, because this is gonna be a long reading. Um, this is a requested Lucas reading, which I've been wanting to get around to doing a reading on him, because just, and I was trying to wait to do a reading on him because I just wanted more facts to come out, and I was hoping that more of the truth would come out on him, but it does not seem to be getting that way, and like more stuff is seeming to be cluttered on top of things, and it's just so muddled, like you can't get to the truth. So I'm gonna try my best to get to some of this truth. I'm gonna try my best. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get there, but we gonna try. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna be using different decks, whatever the spirit calls for. Anon on my Tumblr sent me some questions. She sent really good questions. My whole reading is about to be based off of her. She made it easy for me. Thank you. Whoever you are, thank you. But anyways, I didn't want my intro to be too long, so let's get into it. So my first question, we are gonna do like a base reading on what's his true personality, what is his true character, and see how that matches up over time with the other questions that we are going to be asking during the reading. So, like I said, get snacks, get prepared. This is going to be a reading, a long reading. I have a lot of questions. So, all right, so let's get into his personality. Personality. Interesting. Actually, I want to see something too. It's like the archetype of his personality. Can't even get this open. It's my archetype cards. I just feel like that would help a little bit more clarity. So I'm trying to get as clear as possible in his personality. Like a good, clear baseline. A knight and the warrior. Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna do one more. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more deck. Trying to get as clear as possible. Trying to get as much as clues. Okay, so, all right, let's just go card by card. So, one of his personality attributes or archetypes, one of his personality archetypes is the knight. So, for the light attributes of his archetype is loyalty, romance, chivalry, love of honor. But the shadow aspects is allegiance to destructive ruler principle, romantic delusions. Okay, so we got the base here. Basically, he's like a loyal person. He is into romance. Who knows if that could be skewed a little bit along the way because how life is. Warrior. Light attributes is strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Shadow attributes of that archetype is trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to suffering inflicted on others. So that kind of goes hand in hand with the night attributes. He could be a little bit delusional in his how he sees romance, or how he treats people in romance situations, and could, be indifferent to their suffering because of whatever romantic delusions he may have. So who knows, maybe what he said to that girl or did could be true. According to his personality, yes, it could be something that he could possibly do. All right, so for King of Swords, I would say that King of Swords is like this analytical person that's very in their head space, likes to think very logically, rationally, is an observer. Like the King of Swords is like a thinker, and they also can be shrewd. Okay, so that and then the thinking woman. So like I said, Swords is about thoughts and being in your head space. So yeah, thinking, educating himself. He could be very, like analytical, can observe things and stuff like that. I want to say maybe he's very analytical and very observant about the world and the way the world acts. Also how the world may view him. Queen of Swords is the same energy, it's just in the feminine aspect. With the door to value, he seems like, oh wow, this hid underneath the door. Oh wow, okay. So he's a little bit off balance because this came in. So he's off balance in his personality somewhere. And because of that off balance, he could not be successful in getting money, or a lot of money, the way he wants to get money. And I think because he's so focused on money, and money might not come to him as easily, he is very careful in how he chooses his battles. Okay, he's very I would say calculated, because King of Swords do have like a calculating kind of presence to their personality. They're very calculating. I would not say manipulative because I don't see any cards that indicate a manipulative energy. Just, he knows, he kind of analyzes his steps and knows where he goes before he goes there. So that's kind of like how his real personality is. Very sharp, very analytical, rational, think things through before he does things, very observant of other people and things around him. But I think that sometimes he can get knocked off of being observant because he's a little bit imbalanced, and because of that imbalance, it's not getting him all of the opportunities that he wants to get and the money that he wants to get, which you can see here with the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is very like give or take, give or take. Or you can see it as in a very focused on money. Like I'm getting he's very focused on money. He likes money. But even though he's very focused on the physical aspects and money, he's still like at his core a very loving person with the man holding the heart. Like he's a very loving person. He does believe in romance and things like that. He is a manifester, which does not surprise me since he has this King of Swords and Queen of Swords energy. He is always looking for ways to manifest more money to come into his life, manifest more opportunities to come into his life. He's very careful about his steps. So I'm sure like this scandal probably really knocked him off balance, because he probably thought he's been very, very careful with what he's been doing. So yeah, I wonder if there's jealous people around him. We'll get into that later, because I feel like there's always been a certain jealousy around Lucas. But anyways, so Four of Swords is I feel like he's a bit introverted, where well, I think he's both. I think he's like in between. He's introverted and extroverted. Like he's that kind of person where, yeah, he needs to go off by himself sometimes and rejuvenate himself. Like he needs some alone time to recharge himself. Like I'm kind of the same way, where it's like I can be very extroverted, but at the end of the day, I need to go home by myself, spend some time by myself and recharge, because it does take a lot of energy for me to be out with people and interact, and it takes a lot of energy for me to be extroverted. That's why I kind of slowed down on doing lives, because it takes a lot out of me. I don't know why. Like it really does. It takes a lot out of me. It's like weird. It's like sucks the energy right out of me. So I feel like he's the same way too. Like he enjoys his alone time to try to rejuvenate himself. I think that's why the sun is upside down. I do think that there is a dark side to him, which is dark side to all of us, but whatever. I do think that that's pretty much, he just needs some alone time to recharge himself. So, the sun can return and be up, and be, oh yeah, sunny. But I think when he's alone by himself, he's more like serious and quiet in nature, without cameras and people being in his face. I want to say he trusts himself. He trusts the universe. He trusts like he's going to be okay. And then two, he probably has trust issues with other people. He doesn't trust people easily. I did pick up on that when I first pulled this card. Ace of Swords. Again, it's that thinking energy. He could be in his head a lot. He could be very, very in his head a lot. He'd be in his head a lot. Woman of Heart upside down. He could be in his head a lot with love and unsure of if he's either going to have love or, very aware that he doesn't have love with women, or maybe not good relationships with women, and he tends to feel alone. Also, too, this woman of the heart could be representing his mom, where he feels like she's not there in his life anymore, and he feels very alone. But yeah, I think a part of his personality, he does feel very alone. He probably feels like he can't really trust a lot of people around him. He feels like he's always having to like choose his battles and try to manifest good opportunities in things, because that's his personality. Like, he's a manifester. He's always going to, part of his personality loves money, loves creating opportunities for himself, in which he has done a very good job of it. If you think about it, like, you're an SM, you debut, people love you, you get all of these opportunities, and you're a foreigner, and that's like rare because SM is racist. You get all of these opportunities. I mean, you even get you a spot with Super M, and Super M is like the collection of the most popular, people, or the most, talented people. And like, that was even quite a feat for him to even get and have, and he done it. So, yeah, like, he is a overachiever. Like, he really calculates and moves and really looks at, okay, well, I don't have this opportunity, so how can I manifest it to get this opportunity? And then like he goes and calculates it and gets it. So yeah. I don't know what happened in his past, but I feel like something around love, like, he doesn't have a very realistic view on, and he views it, I'm just channeling how I feel. Like, I'm feeling like he views love in a negative way sometimes, and he's just a little bit stumped on relationships with women. He's a little bit stumped on that. So crazy. He's so good looking. but like, you can't assume that, like, good looking people know how to have healthy relationships with other people. I think that is the common error with society. We just think that good looking people just automatically has everything together, and they're these great, wonderful people because they're pretty and they're handsome and they have all the privilege, and so they just should automatically know. No, they're just human. They're human like all of us, figuring shit out. But yeah. I'm really surprised I didn't get like no cups on him. Let me see. Yeah, he's not somebody that's like an overly emotional person. He's not an overly an emotional person at all. He's very kind of disconnected with his heart. He's very like head oriented. Like, his mind goes. He just follows his mind. He doesn't follow his heart. Yeah, it's like he doesn't have time for like emotions. Something with emotions he tries to avoid. He doesn't like emotions too much. It's not that rare for a male to be like that though. Like, men usually are more rational in headspace. They're not all that connected to their emotions. Actually, BTS is kind of a rare breed because they actually connect to their emotions, and I see a lot of cups in their stuff, so they're not afraid of their emotions. But a lot of men are, so they try to avoid it and live in their headspace instead of their head in their heart. But whatever. That's society too. But anyway, let me go on to my next question before I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, but yeah. All right. right, so my next question is going to be, what was the intention of the person who tried to expose him? I tell you this, since he's not that emotional of a person, I bet she is pissed that he wasn't that typical emotional man that she had wanted. But I don't know, I'm just talking off my head. All right, so what was the intentions of this girl? What was her true intentions? See, deceptive energy. That's what I thought. Two deceptions and deceit cards. Okay. All right. All right. Let me. I want to use this. Acceptance and friendship. But friendship with who? Child. Okay. Should I just pull more? Should I just put this at the bottom? Imagination. Let me pull one more. Relationships. Okay. So her intentions was this, right? Because I kind of got the vibe she was butthurt. So her feelings was hurt because I think that she came into the relationship thinking she was going to get the Lucas that she seen on TV. She felt deceived, you know? She felt like, see, I got that card. I don't know if you guys could see it. My lighting is poor today. Oops. Hold on. Let me see if I can get some more lights. My lighting. Let's see. Is that better? Okay. Might be a little bit better. Why is everything falling down? Okay. Alright, that's a little bit better. Okay. So she got this deception card. I think that she felt like she was gonna, get the sweet Lucas that she's seen on TV. She felt like since he was not that way, she felt like the truth was gonna set her free, and she felt like she had this whole truth to tell the world and free herself because she felt like she got deceived, and she was gonna be this strong person and she was gonna tell the world the truth, and it looks like she's waiting. I got 2 of Wands and 3 of Wands. I think she did expect success after this because I got this card. I really think that she expected, after exposing him and doing all this stuff, her intentions was to have some sort of success for herself. And I think to also have success in exposing the world to him, and the world can see how he really is, and he's not this character that he plays on TV. And and all this stemmed from a broken heart. Like, she was disappointed. All this stems from a broken heart. She did really want love with him. It was not reciprocated because like I said, he's not as emotional as she, I guess, hoped him to be. Then for caring connections, I think her intentions, I think that's what she wanted with him and didn't get it, and so she got upset. And she wanted acceptance from him also. She wanted acceptance from him, and I think she thinks that exposing him, she would get acceptance from the world, or get love and acceptance from the world after exposing him. The garden and the gates. She felt like she felt like she was strong enough to go through this gate, or to go and expose him. And I think that, like I said, I think that she thought that if she exposed him and created this whole thing, that she would gain friends, she would gain acceptance and love in some sort of way, since she couldn't get it from him. Wish fulfillment. I guess she's still waiting on the wish fulfillment. She's imagining the success and the rich fulfillment. Deceit and relationship. Yeah, she felt like she was deceived by him in the relationship. She do feel like she was deceived by him in the relationship. And the whole thing about, because this guy is holding money, she felt like basically she kind of felt robbed from him, because she did spend money on him and stuff. So she kind of felt like, wow, I spent all this money and I'm not even gonna get it back from him. So she kind of felt robbed in a way. So yeah. Okay, sorry, my camera cut out, girl. They said there's too much Lucas tea. You're gonna have to cut this thing out. Okay, so I left off on, is it true what this girl is saying? Did that really happen between her and Lucas? Is it a true of cautions? Is it real? Did it happen? Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is what I want to say. I think it happened, but I think that she embellished some parts. I think it happened, but I think that she had embellished some parts to make it seem much more than it was, okay? Do I feel that she spent money on him? Yes. Do I feel like he told her, "Oh, well, I don't need all this. What I need is this, that, and the other"? No, I don't think that part's true. I think that was a part of the embellishment that she put on to make it seem that he was much more uh, bad than what he was. Because this man with a heart, like, I just don't, doesn't represent like some guy that would just be shrewd and mean and say that kind of thing to a female. Like, I do feel like she probably on her own behalf went and was like, well, I'm gonna go buy all this stuff and everything because he my man, and I'm gonna buy it for him. And he probably told her, like, I don't need all these kinds of gifts. I'm good. I got my own money. I'm good. And because his contract card, I'm thinking maybe he can't accept gifts because of the company. Maybe he can't accept outside gifts from women. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me listen to Spirit real quick. Oh, okay. So Spirit telling me that was part of the problem. Okay. So he's allowed to get gifts from girls, but not too many gifts. Like, I guess SM got a limit. So that was the problem. This girl was getting like giving him all these crazy expensive gifts, and SM was questioning him, saying, "Hey, like, what's going on here? Why are you getting all of these set amount of gifts?" So he had to tell her, look, you need to chill on the gift giving because I can't accept all of this stuff. In turn, I think that she got mad or offended by that. Yeah, because like I'm not getting no, let me pull some more cards because I'm not getting the energy that he was mean to her like that. But hold on, let me pull some more cards. Let's Lucas. I'm asking the cards, like, was he like sassy at the mouth and like really being like verbally mean to her? So that is right with my theory. The company was getting on him. Um, yeah, I do think he said some things in a bit of a harsh defensive tone to her. I do think that. I do think he did say something a little bit harsh, a little bit smart of a tone, but then I got to a pinnacle, so like he tried to balance himself between being stern and um defending himself, being defensive. Yeah, I do think that he probably did come off harsh a little bit with her, but the reason behind him doing that was because the company was questioning him in the gifts. And he had to tell her, like, look, you need to calm down, you need to stop because getting me in trouble with the company, basically. So I think she took great offense to that. Like, oh my God, like my man is telling me stop, and I bought all of these things. So I think it's a lot of immaturity on both of their parts. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it's a lot of immaturity on both of their part, on both of their ends. What was my next question? Jesus, it's gonna be long. If you're not, I don't even think I need to ask if there was like a weakness in his personality, because I just feel like it happened, but it didn't exactly happen as mean and as sharp as she was trying to describe it and pull her receipts and all of that stuff. Like, and then I think they had text messages going on back and forth too, but it was just like, in text messages, you don't know the tone of people. So yeah, I do think that some parts were embellished. Some parts he did say that was kind of sharp and mean. That kind of hurt her feelings, but at the same time, girl, nobody told you to get all these gifts to get him in trouble. So immaturity on both parts. Immaturity on both parts. I'm so sorry that my camera is going in and out of focus on y'all guys. I do apologize. Um, all right, so is he regretful over his actions? With this girl, is he regretful with what happened between him and this girl? Regretful. I don't know. He don't really look like he's really all that regretful, because I mean, like I said, I don't think it happened the way she said it happened. I really honestly think that he told her no on some things and she just took it out of proportion. getting big regretful energy. I'm just getting like a big hurt energy. Like he was hurt by what she did. I'm getting a real. He feels hurt. He feels hopeless and helpless. By what she done. I don't feel any regret. I just feel like disappointment, and he's ready to move on from the situation, and he doesn't feel like he done anything wrong. Which he kind of really didn't. God, I got 2 deception cards on that girl, so that's how he's feeling about that. Then he end up leaving SM. Actually, let me do the question of, will he end up getting his name cleared of this? Will he end up getting his name cleared? Sorry, I gotta shuffle my cards up, or I'm gonna keep on getting the same ones every single reading. So, let's see. Will he end up getting his name cleared? I'm not getting a yes or a no. I'm getting a more of, it's going to be some time. It's going to take some time where the public is, where the public and authority figures and stuff is going to keep looking at the evidence and keep on comparing things and keep on observing stuff until they get to the bottom of what they think the truth is. Let's see. Is he finally going to get his name cleared somehow, some way? Nope, I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I think the public bought too much into what that girl was saying. The apology don't look good that he had came out with. You know, it got people more on her side than his side. So I don't think his name ever is going to get cleared. He is going to take some financial hits. Because of it, he is going to take some financial hits because it's not going to get cleared in the public. Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to happen for him. I think some of it will be. I think he's going to take some financial hits, but he's still going to make his money. But no, it's not looking like anything is gonna. Let me see. 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 Let me see get cleared. It's just, I feel like this with SM. I feel like it's not going to get cleared. People are still going to think bad about him, right? Um, in career, it don't matter what men can do whatever and they'll still have a pretty good career. So that's pretty much what's going to happen. This thing is going to die down. He's going to come back out. People still are going to support him. It's going to be forgotten and forgiven, and he's going to have a brand new beginning, and he's going to continue to do projects and make his money. Pretty much that's what's going to happen. And the truth is just going to get buried or ignored. Because the truth doesn't matter out here nowadays. It's the perception of the truth. It's how you perceive what's going on. But the actual truth don't matter. The actual truth gets buried in voices. In the freedom fighters for women. Yeah. So that's pretty much what's gonna happen to him. Will he leave? Will he end up leaving SM? Let's answer that question. Will he end up leaving SM? Same cards. Hold on, let me shuffle something. Just end up leaving some. Honestly, I got a lot of no cards, so I don't think he's gonna end up leaving SM. I think he's tied down to contracts. I don't even think that he can get out of his contract. He has experienced some heartbreak over this because I really feel like he didn't feel like SM really had his back. I do think that he is thinking about leaving or weighing his options. Like, no, I can't leave, but if I did leave, what else could I do? But no, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna leave anytime soon. To be honest with you. And the next question was, how soon will it be for him to come back? Like, how long is it gonna be until he comes back to doing the activities again? Some reason I'm hearing like gradual. It's gonna like they're not gonna let him just automatically just come back. It's gonna be like a gradual thing. They might let him do like maybe a promotion here, a comeback here, a photo shoot here, then come back with NCT and do a whole full comeback or do a whole album. Like it's gonna be like a gradual like tease in it. He is gonna miss out on opportunities. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he's gonna miss out on some opportunities because it's gonna be a gradual thing. They're just gonna start adding him back a little bit by little bit. I don't think he's just gonna be like, oh yeah, in your face, I'm coming back. No, I don't think it's gonna be like that. Yeah. So I think I answered that question. It's gonna be a gradual comeback. Let's see. What is the next question? How is he doing right now mentally? How is he mentally doing? Is mentally doing right now? How is he feeling about everything? So he's feeling hopeful. How is he doing right now? How is he feeling about everything? That's good that he's back to feeling hopeful. How is he feeling? And the company seems to be feeling much more hopeful about him. Yeah, he's feeling more hopeful. He's feeling good. He wants to get back to performing. The company is still trying to protect him and look after him because this is like protection. So the company is still trying to protect him and look after him. Yeah. Yeah, he's feeling good. He's feeling hopeful. He's feeling like the company is trying to, protect him as best as they can. And he is looking forward to like new opportunities. Ace of Pentacles is like new opportunities. So I think he's really looking forward to new opportunities or taking whatever opportunities he can at this point. So yeah. And like at the bottom of the deck, I have death and rebirth. So he is trying to start new, try to feel like he has a new beginning, start fresh, try to put this behind him. I think the company too is trying to change public perception, which I don't think is going to work, but they're trying as best as they can. So yeah, and I think that SM is good at changing public's perception. They know how to do that very well. Messing up groups and putting other groups' debuts in front of the other groups that they messed up, and everybody forgets and they move on and they invest in the next new hottest group. That part. K-pop 101 marketing works every single time and you guys fall for it. Hook, line, and sinker. So, what is next? Oh yeah, how does the members view him now? Like, did this change the members' view on him? If the members really knew what actually happened, they probably wouldn't change their view that much. But let's see what the members are thinking. Members of NCT thinking about Lucas now. Did this change let's do something fun. Let's say their perception before the scandal of him and the perception after the scandal. So what was the perception of Lucas by the members before the scandal? Hold on 1 second. Sorry, my camera's gonna cut off again. What was the perception of Lucas before the scandal? Okay, Spirit, that's way too many cards. What's the perception of Lucas before the scandal? Why are you giving me so many cards, Spirit? Dang. Lucas' perception of the scandal. Okay. Let me see. Perception of Lucas after the scandal. Let's see. Okay, so I feel like their perception of Lucas, before the scandal, I think they felt like he was like a very just lucky guy. So lucky, he was a very lucky guy, accomplished a lot. Luck was on his side. Luck was on, the wheel of fortune is about, fortune and luck being on your side. The wheel's turning in your favor. So they felt like that's how they perceived him. They perceived him as justice. Justice is more like they perceived him as a pretty fair guy, like a pretty just and fair, balanced guy. And then they also knew that, with all of the responsibilities and opportunities comes pressure and stress, and they seen him be very stressed out behind the scenes. And they thought that he was very passionate about what he does. They really felt like he had a lot of passion to him. So basically, they just felt like, he was a lucky guy. He was very passionate about what he did. After the scandal, they still seen him as a wealthy guy. Like, they still seen him as, successful guy. They do perceive him as his focus is being changed and turned around. Like, maybe he's much more focused on work. Something about his focus has changed. They see that in him now. They think that his focus changed. They see him being someone that's more giving and receiving, and I'm also getting, they see that they probably need to be more giving and receiving towards him. They don't see him having that same spark and vitality and passion that he once had. They see him not being that passionate anymore, and they see him kind of just being solemn and observant now. Like he's not as vibrant and happy-go-lucky like he used to be. So they see that change in him. So that's how they see him now. Which is sad. This reminds me of when I did the channel reading for, what's my girl name? I can't even remember. Soli. And she said that SM has a way of stealing the light from you. And my candle had went out. That was a crazy channel reading. My whole candle had went out. I was like, wow. But yeah, she said that SM has a way of stealing the light right out of you. Of just beating you down and taking it out of you. And I really feel like that's what they done to Lucas. He's not as happy-go-lucky anymore, smiling, flirt. They took the light right out that boy. As I said before, SM has one of the most highest rate of suicide amongst their K-pop idols. I've never heard of no other company idols having deaths like this. Like it's crazy. My bad. I'm not even supposed to say suicide on YouTube. I'll bleep out the word. But yeah. Yeah, that's all I got for that. That's all I got for that. I don't know. That whole Sully thing just came to me like Sully, my bad, Sully. That whole thing came to me like, yep, exactly what she said is right. SM know how to steal the light out you. And then their company had a nerve enough last year for New Year's talking about be kind and loving and sweet. Tell that to your staff members. Kind and loving and sweet to who? You ain't doing it. My gosh, boy. When they had that on the New Year's special, I was getting so heated. I said, oh really, SM? We're gonna actually play like this? You gonna play in my face like this? Anyways. Do I have one more question? Yeah, how did the members what did they think about that whole scandal? What did the NCT members think about the whole scandal? Oh yeah, and I wanted to ask, was there any jealous members around him? But anyways, what did the members think about this scandal? Think about this scandal. Oh, they thought it was messy. That's what they really thought. They thought this whole situation was messy. Looks like 3 members supported him. Some members were confused by it. Some members just looked like they were confused by this whole scandal situation. I think 3 stood by his side, helped him through it, and helped get him through it. But yeah, I just think that they thought it was like a really messy situation. Wonder what else they thought. Yeah, I just think that they thought it was like just a huge messy situation. With the wrong girl. They feel like he'll be able to recover from it and move on. I don't think that they think it's a really big deal. I think they don't think it's a really big deal because they like he ain't messing up my bag. But yeah, that's all they really think about it. I wonder, was there any jealous members around him? Any jealous members around Lucas? Lucas. I'm gonna say yes. There are some jealous members around Lucas. They're looking at his accomplishments and his achievements. Um, some of them are trying to get to him, but he's protected. So they love this scandal. They was eating this scandal up. Yeah, like I got that feeling like not all the members were by his side. He had like a few good ones, and then the other ones was just like, come on, I need one more card. There's a lot of jealous members. Yeah, I do. I think there's a few. There's a few jealous members around him. Mm-hmm. Company knows, of course. Company knows it's competition for those guys. But yeah, they was probably happy with that scandal. Cause like I said, only three showed up to support him. So there's only like three guys in that group that he's close with, and that's actually supported him through it and carried him, and helped him get through it. And then there's just other guys that was like really praying for his downfall. So yeah, I always got that energy. And since SM showed up, I think too, bosses is jealous of his success too. I think the boss jealous of his success also. That's probably why they're not gonna let him return back so free. Just return back so quickly because of that too. Which I kind of had got the impression that that's what they have felt like. Sometimes I'm really good at reading people. I'm really good at reading people and their body language. And when I look at some of these variety shows and stuff, and I be looking at how other members react to some members, some of them are very good at shielding how they really feel. Some of them are not, and I pick up on little glimpses of stuff. And I seen some members give Lucas that jealous look, like, two, it's bound to happen when you have so many people in one group and all of them gotta like share camera time. Do you know how competitive that is? Oh my god. And the people who are like the best, you know how competitive they had to be the best and get more camera time than the others? Jeez. That's all I got to say, man. SM breeds like very highly competitive energy that's toxic. It's really toxic. I tell you, man, Soli was on point. Soli was on point with what she was saying about SM. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. My mouth is dry. I want some water. I must leave you guys. Again, my personal opinion on it is I think it happened, but not as exaggerated as that girl made it seem like it happened. Just feel like maybe it was like a little lover's quarrel where he was telling her, hey, you can't do this, that, and the other. She took it, got bent out of shape, took it to the limit, and felt like he was being mean to her, and she just decided she was going to betray him and leak everything out in a way to where he's the bad guy. Pretty much, that's my personal view on it, according to what I picked up from the cards. So yeah, I just think it's two immature people in love that got blown out of proportion, honestly. But yeah, um, that's all I got. I am tired. My mouth dry. Comment, like, subscribe, click on that notification button, notify you when I have new videos coming out. And yeah, everybody, please take care of yourself. May love and light be with you, and I will see everybody in the next video. Bye.